Hello, welcome to Illusion Fox Gaming. Today we're doing the level 80 quest, Rising to the Occasion. Nashmeira is related to see one of her favorite young proteges return. Well, if it isn't Kieran, what a delightful surprise, and just look at that posture and poise. I can see you've not neglected your training one bit since we last parted. As for us, Troupe Falsium continues to tour Eorzea, bring hope to the dejected and downtrodden. Whenever and wherever the Totentons threatened to rear its ugly head, we were there to cast out the shadows. With tales of our performances spreading across the realm, we've had no small number of aspiring dancers knocking at our door. Training them was consuming nearly all my waking hours, but recently Ranaa has stepped in to help shoulder the burden. Truly I'd be lost without her, and what of you? Have you had any noteworthy performances since last we met? I thought our voyage to distant shores a long one. See, you've had yourself quite an adventurer. Though I confess the full import of your tale is quite beyond my comprehension. Still, this bounty hunter you befriended put you in quite the predicament, didn't he? Reminds me of another troublemaker I used to know. Me? A troublemaker? I may have been immature, but I only had my friend's best interest at heart. Isn't that right? Besides, it sounds like even this bounty hunter came around in the end. Indeed, there is a certain something about you, something that brings out the best in those whose lives you touch, and Ranaa here is a prime example. The hot girl I once knew has come into her own as a dancer, a woman and a leader of her peers. Perhaps it is finally time that... Yes, I am sure of it. Here in Ranaa, there is a dilemma that has been weighing heavily on me of late, but I do believe I finally found an answer. Pray, accompany me out of the city to Lanasia. I discuss matters further with you away from the crowds. Okay, well, what's she wanting us to talk about out here? Kieran, Ranaa, forgive me for not sharing the news with you too sooner. As fortune would have it, Troupe Falsium has been invited to perform at the Mujikozo in Kagane, and our patrons are willing to pay a premium for our services. The Mojikoza? You mean that I could dance on the same stage as hosted some of the most renowned artists in all the Far East? Someone pinch me. When do we leave? As soon as we are able, and therein lies my dilemma. The threat of the Totentons still looms over Eorzea, and I have a duty to train the next generation of dancers to carry on Troupe Falsium's mission. I cannot very well abandon these shores while my life's work remains undone, and so I turn to you. Ranaa, Migo, you have blossomed into a fine dancer and capable leader. I would have you assume my role as principal and oversee Troupe Falsium's tour of Kagane. Mistress Nashmeira, what are you saying? It is the only practical solution. You would travel to Kagane to share our art with our friends in the Far East, and I could remain here to train our new recruits and deliver the people of Eorzea from the throes of the Totentons. But I'm not ready for this. There's still so much I must learn. You told me as much just moons ago. And I've seen you come far since then. No one is a born leader, and doubtless it'll be a struggle at first, but you are every bit as prepared for this role as I was the day I inherited it. I'd not make this offer if I did not believe this with all my heart, and yet I cannot and will not force the position upon you. But at the very least, pray think upon it for a while. Me, leader and principal of Troupe Falsium? I do believe Mistress Nashmeira has lost her wits. Why, I still remember the day I would trip over my own 2 feet every time I took the stage. And yet she seems intent on remaining here in Eorzea. If I refuse, the curtains will fall on a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to showcase her art on the Far East's biggest stage. And yet, were I to go and fail spectacularly, I swear my mind is going in circles. Whatever should I do? It's not like me to brood and fret like this. Are you saying that if I cannot find the answer I seek in still thought, perhaps I might find it in motion? You may very well be right. Dance with me. Show me through your emotions all you have learned in your travels, and help me to clear the shadows of doubt from my own mind. Stunning view, no sign of onlookers from Malms. Yes, this place should serve nicely for our private performance. We dance today, not for admiring crowds. Our only audience is each other. So face me. I would look upon your movements in all their glory and let you inspire me to greater heights. God, the only sad part is the music will get hit with copyright, and that just sucks. But otherwise, it is just amazing. It just sounds so good. Oh, thank you. That was simply exhilarating. From the first step, I couldn't take my eyes off of you. Before I knew it, I had forgotten myself, my worries carried off by the wind. You were watching me, yes? What did you think? Have I truly come as far as Mistress Nashmeira says? So you're saying there's still room for improvement, eh? Well, consider the challenge accepted. I'll train harder than ever, and next time we meet, you'll see what I'm truly capable of. In any event, this I know more than ever. Dancing is my life, my calling. I must continue to perfect my craft, and that I might inspire and bring hope to others. Just as Mistress Nashmeira and you have inspired me. The answer is clear to me now, and I may not be the leader that she was, but I will be the best leader I know I can be. Thank you for everything. I must return to Limsa to relay the news to Mistress Nashmeira. You'll join me there, won't you? I'm sad that it's over. That was so awesome to listen to and watch, and I was half expecting at some point there to actually become a fight, which would have made it all the better, but... Ranaa here came dashing into town half out of breath. I can only assume what this means. The girl has found her answer, has she not? You bet I have. I may not be ready to fill your shoes completely, but damned if I'm not going to try. Leave the tour of Kagane to me. I'm proud of you, Ranaa. Now go and tell the others that you must begin preparations at once. I will be along with Kyrian shortly. While I am beyond pleased with the results, I must admit I did not expect the girl to reach a decision so quickly. Whatever did you do to bring about her change of heart? So it's not with words, but through your actions that you spoke to the girl. Indeed, it is as I thought. Your very presence is as a mirror that helps those around you discover their true selves. In any event, Ranaa owes much to you, my friend. As do I. Troupe Falsium is stronger for you having joined us. Come now, let us return to the others. The only problem with being a mirror is that it's very hard to find yourself. And who you yourself are. I can't say I was prepared for this, and yet, if this is how Mistress Nashmeira would have it, it's far from my place to oppose. Besides, nothing in this world can last forever. The end of one era comes the beginning of the next, and all of us here welcome Mistress Ranaa's reign. We will do all in our power to see that Troupe Falsium continues to flourish under her stewardship. Khulud, my friends, you are too kind. Let us not forget that we are all in this together. If we move forward as one, there's no limit to the heights we may reach. And with that, we must prepare to set sail without delay. In Kagane, too, there are those whose spirits sag and must bring them hope as only Troupe Falsium can. I too should be getting on. The Totentanz threatens to return in hidden corners of the realm. And I must train the next generation of dancers to continue our fight. And you have your own adventures to return to, don't you? Don't be sad. Mistress Nashmeira, you and I, even if we go our separate ways, will always be united by our passion for dance. Our paths will cross again, I'm certain. And on that day, you'll be simply astonished at the dancer I've become. Mark my words. And so, to you, my rival, my friend, I say not farewell, but rather keep dancing until we might once again take the same stage. And so, that was the quest, Rising to the Occasion, the level 80 Dancer quest. Thank you for joining me here today for this little video here on YouTube. Hopefully we'll see you again either for another video on YouTube or maybe one of our mini streams over on Twitch. Till then, though, have a wonderful rest of your day.